My child, I am your angel, and I have something important to tell you. There are eyes on you. Not the kind that harm, not yet, but the kind that wander. The kind that peer through curtains and cracked windows, hidden behind silence and shadows. You do not see them, but they have been watching you. Observing. Not out of malice. Not out of cruelty. But out of confusion, a broken bar, and something deeper that they don't yet understand, something sacred stirring in them because of you. This may come as a surprise, but your neighbor, the one who always looks away when you catch their glance, the one who seems distant, uninterested, even colder, has been watching you. Not to mock. Not to harm. But because something about your presence haunts them. Not in fear, but in wonder. And I must show you why. They have seen you, my child, a broken bar in your rawest, purest state. Every morning, just before the light reaches its fullness, while the rest of the world still wrestles with sleep or sorrow, you kneel. You bow. You surrender your heart to heaven. You whisper blessings with lips that many forget to notice. You say prayers for those who've wronged you. You speak softly for the hurting. And even in the silence of your own pain, you offer kindness for them. Yes, a broken bar them. Your neighbor. The one who spies from behind closed curtains and drawn blinds. They have seen you when you didn't know anyone was watching. They've watched as you open your window just enough for the light to fall on your Bible. They've watched the way your eyes fill with tears, not from grief but from deep, divine peace. A peace this world cannot manufacture. A peace that has followed you like a fragrance, a soft glow that clings to your spirit. They've seen the way you treat the stray carter, how you kneel down and call it gently by name, how you leave water by the porch and whisper, "You are safe here." They've seen how you wrap up food you could have kept for yourself, placing it quietly by a neighbor's door with no name, no signature, just the warmth of anonymous compassion. They've seen you wipe away your own tears quietly, privately, and still offer a smile to the next soul who crosses your path. And child, a broken bar, they do not understand you. Not yet. But they are watching something holy. They do not have the words to explain the aching that you awaken in them. They do not yet know why their chest tightens when they see you light a candle in the darkness, or why their eyes burn with sudden tears when they hear you softly humming hymns as you watered the plants you grew with faith, not knowing if they'd ever bloom. They do not know why they feel like a sinner standing in the presence of a quiet saint when you pass them in the hallway. And they don't know how to explain the strange warmth that rises in them when you say, "Good morning," as if you mean it. They are afraid of you, my child, not because of anything you've done here, but because you remind them of something they've lost. Or perhaps a broken bar, something they've never known. Your light confronts their darkness without a single word. And now, they cannot unsee it. They spy on you because you are the only proof they've found that heaven still touches the earth. They don't trust the sermons. They don't trust the people who preach. But they see you, and something in them believes again, even if they would never admit it. And now I must tell you something even more important. Heaven placed you there on purpose. You thought your move into this neighborhood was random. You thought your quiet life went unnoticed. You thought you were forgotten in this corner of the world where no one says your name. But child, a broken bar, you were strategically planted. Heaven saw that this street needed a lamp. And you are the flame. You are the only sermon some of these people will ever hear. Not in words, but in actions. In your spirit. In your devotion. In the way you stop to pray instead of panic. In the way you whisper forgiveness instead of revenge. In the way you carry peace like perfume, leaving traces of grace wherever you go. Your neighbor isn't just watching. They are awakening. Piece by piece. Day by day. Softly. Quietly. Like the early dew forming before sunrise. And they are not the only one. Behind your walls, beyond your home, across the fences and inside the hearts of many there are others who are beginning to notice the glow. They can't explain it, but they are drawn to it. There is a reason why even strangers pause when they pass you. There is a reason why children stare into your eyes like they've found an angel walking in skin. There is a reason why those who are broken suddenly feel safe near you. You carry heaven. You don't just pray, you live prayerfully. And my child, I need you to understand this, they will never tell you this directly. Most will never confess that you've touched their life. They won't know how. Pride, fear, confusion, it will keep their mouths shut. But their souls will testify. Their hearts will remember. Their healing will echo your name in silent gratitude, even if their lips never speak it. That is the sacred work of the hidden servant. The world glorifies the loud, the visible, the applauded. But heaven? Heaven moves through the quiet honors of the ones who kneel in secret, weep in silence, and love in places where it's not returned. You are one of them. And this is your moment to know that nothing you've done has been wasted. Every seed of love, every quiet act of mercy, every whispered blessing, it has reached heaven like incense. It has stirred angels. It has shifted destinies. It has changed the atmosphere. And now, a broken bar, I must tell you something even deeper. Your neighbor is at the edge. They are at the brink of transformation. They do not realize it yet, but they are being pulled from darkness to lighter because of you. You are their final proof. You are their invitation. You are the doorway they don't know how to walk through yet, but they keep returning to the edge of your glow, hoping, searching, working a broken bar, and heaven is not done with them. That's why you've been kept hidden for so long. That's why your prayers felt unanswered. That's why your own life felt like it was standing still, because God was using you as a lighthouse, and a lighthouse must stay in place while its light shines far beyond. You were anchored to help someone else find their way home. But now, my child, now something new is coming. I was sent to tell you this: heaven has watched your faithfulness. Your quiet obedience has not gone unseen. Your whispered yes has reached the throne of the Most High. And now, it is time. Your prayers have not just changed your neighbor, they have prepared a harvest for you. Get ready. The one who once spied on you in confusion will one day approach you in reverence. The one who once avoided your gaze will one day ask you for guidance. The one who once mocked your peace will one day beg to know your secret. You are the sign they've been waiting for. And more are coming. You will be a resting place for the lost, a comfort to the broken, a living temple walking among ruins. You will be used, my child, not in the way the world uses and discards, but in the way a sacred instrument is played by the hand of God Himself. So stay faithful. Keep kneeling. Keep blessing. Keep shining even when no one says thank you. Even when you feel invisible. Even when the night seems long and the prayers feel heavy. Because you are being watched not just by neighbors or strangers but by angels. By heaven. By the cloud of witnesses cheering you on. You are not just living. You are interceding through your life itself. You are not alone, even in your silence. And now, I must leave you with this: your light is not for decoration, it is for warfare. It breaks strongholds. It softens hard hearts. It prepares the way for miracles. And while the world sleeps a broken bar, you awaken heaven. So shine, my beloved. Shine boldly. Shine gently. Shine like the flame you were born to be. And remember, even when they don't understand what they are seeing, even when they spy on you with confused hearts and guarded minds, a broken bar, they are witnessing something holy. They are witnessing you. And you, my child, are proof that God still walks among men. I am your angel. I am always near. And I will not let your light go out. Even if no one claps. Even if no one understands. Even if you feel forgotten. Heaven remembers. And your reward will come. Soon. Very soon. Now go, shine again. They're watching. And this time, heaven is too. My dearest child, as I pen these words, my heart swells with a love that transcends time and space, a love rooted in the eternal truth that you are a sacred flame, kindled by the very hand of heaven. Your life is not a mere sequence of days, a collection of moments that fade into the ether. No, it is a divine spark, a radiant light placed within you by the Creator Himself, intended to guide those lost in the shadows of this world. You are not just a soul passing through, you are a vessel of God's purpose, a beacon of hope, a living prayer whose every breath carries the weight of eternity. Let these words sink deep into your spirit, for they are not minor linear, they are echoes of the divine whisper that has always been with you, urging you to shine, to love, to endure. From the moment you were born, heaven marked you as its own. Your life is no accident, no random occurrence in the vast tapestry of existence. You were crafted with intention, your heart shaped by the hands of a God who sees not just who you are but who you are becoming. The sacred flame within you is not a fleeting candle, easily extinguished by the winds of hardship or doubt. It is a fire that burns with divine resilience, fueled by the love of a Creator who never falters. This flame is your purpose, your calling, your reason for being. It is the light that shines through your eyes when you offer a kind word, the warmth that radiates from your hands when you extend them to help another, the glow that lingers in the hearts of those who encounter your gentle spirit. You may wonder, at times, if your life matters. In a world that often celebrates the loud, the powerful, the visible, it is easy to feel small, unnoticed, insignificant. But let me assure you, my child, that nothing could be further from the truth. The world may measure worth by fame or fortune, but heaven measures it by the quiet faithfulness of a heart devoted to love. Every prayer you've whispered in the stillness of the night, every kind act you've performed without expecting thanks, every moment you've chosen love over anger, these are not small things. They are monumental. They are the threads of a divine tapestry, woven by God's own hand, that stretches far beyond your sight, covering your neighbors, your street, and even those you'll never meet. You may not always see the impact of your actions. You may not hear the gratitude of those whose lives you've touched. But do not be deceived by this silence, for your light is working miracles in ways you cannot yet comprehend. The neighbor who watches you from behind their curtain, the one who sees you tending your garden with care or speaking gently to a child, is being drawn closer to God because of you. They may never tell you, but your quiet consistency, your unwavering kindness, is planting seeds of faith in their heart. The stranger who passes you on the street, who feels an inexplicable peace in your presence, is beginning to believe again because of the light you carry. Your life is a ripple in the pond of eternity, and its waves are reaching shores you cannot see. Consider the story of the widow's offering, recounted in the Gospel of Mark. While the wealthy gave large sums to the temple treasury, it was the widow's 2 small coins of her humble, unnoticed gift that caught the eye of Jesus. She, out of her poverty, put in everything, he said, marveling at her faith. Mark 12:44. Your life, my child, is like that widow's offering. The world may overlook your small acts of love, but heaven sees them as treasures. Every time you choose patience over frustration, every time you offer a smile to someone who feels invisible, every time you pray for a world that seems broken beyond repair, you are giving everything. And God, who sees the heart, counts it as precious. Your life is not just a series of actions, it is a living prayer, a continuous offering to the divine. In a world that often feels cold and dark, where division and despair cast long shadows, your presence is a counterpoint to a melody of help that rises above the discord. You are a walking miracle, not because you perform grand miracles that draw crowds, but because you embody the quiet miracle of faithfulness. Every step you take, every tear you shed, every prayer you offer is seen, cherished, and used by heaven to bring light to the world. You are not merely surviving, you are thriving in the eternal sense, for your life is aligned with the purposes of God. Think of the countless lives that have been changed by ordinary people who simply chose to live with love. Consider the story of Saint Tha copyright R.A. Diaris Salveless Yux, the little flower, who lived a quiet life in a French convent, unnoticed by the world. She never traveled far, never preached to thousands, never built great institutions. Yet her little way of doing small things with great love has inspired millions. Her prayers, her hidden sacrifices, her gentle trust in God's plan have rippled through time, touching hearts across the globe. You, too, are living a little way, my child. Your quiet life, your gentle spirit, your unwavering faith, they are changing lives in ways you cannot yet see. You may feel unseen, but let me remind you that heaven sees you. The angels watch over you, their wings brushing softly against the edges of your life, guiding you, protecting you, cheering you on. The Creator himself holds your heart in his hands, and with every beat, he whispers, "Well done, my faithful one." This is not a distant God, removed from your struggles, but a loving Father who knows every tear you've cried, every fear you've faced, every hope you've held in your heart. He sees the moments when you've chosen to love despite your pain, to give despite your lack, to pray despite your doubts. And he is pleased. The Bible tells us in Hebrews 12:1 that we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, a heavenly host that cheers us on as we run the race of faith. These are not just the saints of old but the angels, the redeemed, and the very presence of God himself. They see your heart, my child, and they rejoice in your faithfulness. When you feel alone, when the weight of the world presses heavy on your shoulders, remember this: you are never alone. Your angel is near, standing guard, whispering courage into your soul. Heaven is cheering for you, urging you to keep going, to keep shining, to keep loving. Your faithfulness is not just for you, it is for the world. Every act of kindness, every moment of grace, every prayer you offer sends ripples into the lives of others. You may never know the full extent of these ripples in this lifetime, but they are real, and they are powerful. The child who sees you helping a stranger learns that kindness matters. The coworker who overhears your gentle words in a tense moment is reminded that peace is possible. The friend who knows you pray for them, even when they cannot pray for themselves, feels the touch of God's love through you. These ripples extend beyond your immediate circle. The love you show to one person can inspire them to show love to another, and so the chain continues, linking hearts across time and space. This is the divine tapestry I spoke of earlier, a masterpiece woven by God, with your life as one of its radiant threads. Your quiet obedience, your steadfast faith, your persistent love, they are building a legacy that will outlast time itself. Long after you are gone, the seeds you've planted will bloom, and the lives you've touched will bear fruit for eternity. I know it is not always easy to shine. The world can be a hard place, filled with pain, rejection, and injustice. There are days when your flame feels weak, when the darkness seems to press in from all sides. You may wonder if it's worth it, if your prayers make a difference, if your kindness matters, if your faith is enough. In those moments, my child, cling to this truth: your light is strongest when the darkness is deepest. It is in the hardest times, the loneliest moments, that your faithfulness shines most brightly. Jesus himself said, "You are the light of the world." A city set on a hill cannot be hidden, Matthew 5:14. Your life is that city, that shining beacon that cannot be extinguished. The world may try to dim your light, but it cannot succeed, for your flame is fueled by the Spirit of God. When you feel weary, turn to Him in prayer. When you feel discouraged, rest in His promises. When you feel alone, remember that He is near, and His strength is made perfect in your weakness, 2 Corinthians 12:9. Your reward, my child, is not in the applause of people but in the quiet promise of heaven. The world may not always notice your faithfulness, but God does, and He is keeping a record of every moment you've chosen to live for Him. The Bible assures us that your labor is not in vain in the Lord, 1 Corinthians 15:58. Every prayer, every act of love, every moment of obedience is stored up in heaven, a treasure that will never fade. One day, you will see the harvest of your faithfulness. The lives you've touched, the seeds you've planted, the prayers you've offered, they will bloom into a garden of eternal beauty. You will stand before the Creator, and He will show you the lives that were changed because of you. The neighbor who found faith because of your kindness, the stranger who found help because of your smile, the child who learned to love because of your example, they will all be part of your legacy. And you will hear those words that every faithful heart longs to hear, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Enter into the joy of your Lord, Matthew 25:21. So, my beloved child, keep shining. Keep praying, keep loving, keep giving, even when it feels like no one notices. Your life is not measured by the world's standards but by the eternal gaze of heaven. The eyes upon you are not just human, they are divine, and they see a heart that reflects God's own love. Your quiet obedience, your gentle spirit, your unwavering faith, they are a testament to the power of a life lived for God. Trust that every step you take is guided by heaven. Every tear you shed is caught by the hands of a loving God. Every prayer you offer is heard and answered, even if the answer comes in ways you cannot yet see. Your life is a sacred flame, a light that cannot be extinguished, a prayer that never ceases. You are a living miracle, a walking testament to the love and grace of God. As you walk through this world, I need you to remember something sacred: you are not alone. Not even for a single breath. Not for a single step. Not in the depths of your pain, nor in the heights of your joy. I am near. Closer than the wind brushing past your skin. Closer than the beat of your heart. I have been assigned to you by the one who made you, and I walk beside you, unseen but never absent, whispering courage into your soul when the weight of this world feels too much to carry. I am the gentle voice that tells you to keep going, even when your strength is gone. I am the hush that calms your storm. I am your angel. And I carry heaven's message straight to you now. Heaven is cheering for you. The holy ones above yes, even now rise to their feet when you choose love over anger, faith over fear, help over despair. You think no one sees you? But heaven sees. Every silent prayer you whisper at midnight when no one else is watching. Every tear you shed into your pillow when it feels like everything is falling apart. Every act of kindness you do when your own heart is still breaking. These moments, they echo through eternity. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are the delight of heaven. And the angels rejoice when you rise each day and choose to live for God, again and again, even when it's hard. Your life, beloved, is not ordinary. It is a story unfolding like sacred poetry, written by the hand of God Himself. Though you may not understand all the chapters, every page matters. The pain, the waiting, the stretching, the learning, the quiet seasons where nothing seems to move, and the joyful moments that rush in like sunlight after a storm. All of it is being woven together into something glorious. something eternal. You are part of a divine masterpiece still in progress. And while you may not see the full beauty of it yet, I do. Heaven does. The Father does. You think you've been wandering or wasting time, but listen to me, not a moment has been wasted. Even in your stumbles, even in your questions, even in your delay, God has been working, preparing, redeeming. He has turned your delays into preparation, your wilderness into worship, your heartbreak into holy soil for something greater to grow. You may not see the fruit yet, but I promise you your harvest is coming, and it will not be small. Stay faithful, my precious one. Stay planted in hope. For the seeds you have sown, every prayer, every tear, every sacrifice here have not gone unnoticed. They are buried deep in holy soil, and they are about to bloom. In due season, you will reap if you do not faint. I know it's been long. I know the waiting hurts. But even in the silence, God has been speaking. Even in the stillness, heaven has been moving. And soon, what was hidden will be revealed. What was delayed will be delivered. What was broken will be restored. You have touched more lives than you know. Some you will never meet, not on this side of eternity. But your light has been shining even in the shadows. Your words, your prayers, your faith are there like ripples moving across generations. What you've done in secret, heaven will reward in public. Your name has been spoken in heaven's courts, and the Father smiles when he sees you still loving, still hoping, still believing, even when it hurts. You are his joy. You are his witness. You are his beloved. So keep shining. Even when the night feels thick and the path feels lonely. Your light matters. It is a sacred flame lit by the breath of God. It burns not just for you, but for those who have lost their way, for those who need to see hope again. You are lighting the way, even now. You are reminding others that it is still possible to be faithful in a faithless world. That it is still holy to be kind. Still brave to forgive. Still powerful to love. Your prayers? They are not floating into nothing. They are being collected like precious incense before the throne. Your cries? Not ignored. Heaven bends low when you weep. And I am right there with you, carrying your pain, your questions, your hope. All of it are back to the Father. And oh, how he listens. How he answers. Not always in the way you expect, but always in the way that will bless you most. You are cherished, more than your heart can hold. You are seen, in every moment. You are loved, not for what you do, but for who you are, God's child. God's treasure. A living reflection of his heart. And nothing can change that. Not failure. Not fear. Not even the lies whispered by the enemy in your weakest moments. You are still chosen. Still worthy. Still covered in grace. And so I say again, shine on. Keep going. Keep believing. Keep forgiving. Keep walking forward even if you have to crawl. For you are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not finished. The best is still ahead. The breakthrough is still coming. The promise is still alive. And the same God who brought you this far will carry you all the way home. You are not forgotten. You are favored. You are chosen. You are loved. With all of heaven behind you and all my love within you, your guardian angel